One final question for today. It was a question that came up a couple of weeks ago, so I'll read it to you. It's from Will O'Brien. Renman, I've been watching your videos on YouTube for the better part of a year, and I want to thank you and your team for doing all this. And my band Servant Son have learned more from your videos than I have in any college course, and so I figured it was time to get more involved. God, I hear that a lot, Will. I'll skip my editorial. Also, thanks for Incubus. Tell Brandon I said hi. Well, you know, I'll pass that along. My question is this. Today I watched yourself and Fred Crissell talk about the importance of staying in your lane and really working your particular market. As much as I can understand this, I feel like it may not be the right choice for my band, as our sound is eclectic and difficult to pin down. This is something we'd like to hold on to, if not emphasize. So what do you suggest in terms of working a successful marketing campaign for such a thing? You know what? Will, I actually went and listened to a couple songs on your website to see, so I could try to get a handle on what sounds eclectic, because you mentioned Incubus in there. And one of the things early on in Incubus's career is they didn't quite fit neatly in any category. You know, they were referred to as new metal. I heard people refer to them as heavy metal. I've heard them referred to as a pop band, an alt rock band, you know, any number of different slash rock bands, right? And what ultimately made it work for the band was writing songs that were really true to who they were that could get on the radio. So when you ask about what are some thoughts about for you guys, what you can do from a marketing point of view, I listen to your stuff and I would say it leans more toward the hard rock metal side of it. There are some growling vocals in there, which I'm not a huge fan of myself personally, but there's lots of people out there that are. I like the hard edge of it, but I like the melody side of what you're doing a bit more. So if you're referring to the eclectic side of it right there, you know, that maybe that's what you're talking about. Whether you're metal, whether you're alt metal, whether you're hard rock, identifying who your potential customers are is really your first, you know, thought in your mind. We've made this music, where might this music connect? And once you've determined that, right, you might start, you know, tilting some of your efforts. You know, in the old days, you'd go out to heavy metal shows and hand out your flyers. You'd go to alt rock shows and hand out your flyers. We have different ways of doing that digitally today through social media and the like. But identifying your customer is really the most important thing. If you're a rock band, and you guys are clearly a rock band, you got to build a live following, okay? Big rock bands are not making a ton of money selling records anymore. So selling tickets is really where it's at. So if you're not out using your live shows to help sell your music, you're missing an important piece of the puzzle, and one that you can actually control. Let's be honest, you don't have a label today. So that means whatever marketing efforts you do are going to have to be kind of the low or no dough marketing thing. So what can you do for no dough? You can focus on getting your music out to press. Today's press isn't Rolling Stone for you. It might be some of the, you know, the metal mags, right? But more likely it's all the blogs out there on the web now that you can put your music in front of, right? If you have some money to spend, I might suggest that you think about hiring a publicist if you have a lot of activity, somebody that specializes in that world. We've got a great publicist who works with us, who's from the heavy metal world, never worked on anything like us, but he's doing a great job for it. But things that you can count on, press-driven through those blogs. You know, there's lots of resources out there that identify all those blogs. I think there's one gal by the name of Emily Williams called the Blog Directory that lists every kind of freaking blog on the planet in all kinds of different genres, even for our friend, we had some hip-hop questions a bit earlier, right? So those are the things that you can count on. When you've made some great music, controlling the visuals, the presentation of your image is hugely important, and you can control that yourself. I did a blog post for TuneCore last week, and we talked about what it takes to make a great video today, and it doesn't take a ton of money. It takes a great idea and a will to make things happen, and those are all things that you can control today. And if you get some of those things right, the chances are you will be more appealing to that agent, that manager, and all the other people that you'll likely need that can help you do something big in the music business. So hopefully that answers your question there, and I wish you the best of luck on that.